Now, let me briefly explain how Paul might have reached this conclusion. First, the reader should consider whether the original audience of Genesis 22 would have recognized the gospel reference. Would the average person see the singular reference in the second part of the passage in light of the strong first part, which again compares the offspring to the sand of the seashore? The answer is likely no. Abraham might have, as Jesus' words in John 8:56 suggest when he says that Abraham rejoiced that he would see my day. However, even if that is true, it doesn't mean the average person would have understood it. So how did Paul arrive at this? Well, I believe it's through the practice of Midrash. Midrash is the Hebrew word meaning to search or to examine or to investigate. It describes the rabbinic method of seeking a hidden or deeper meaning. This may be how Paul concludes that the promise to Abraham in Genesis 22:17 and 18, especially the part related to a specific individual, pertains to Christ. This idea is supported in the article by Collins where he quotes a scholar by the name Fung, F-U-N-G. Paul, he says, is well aware of the collective sense of sperma, Greek, or zera, Hebrew, in the Genesis passages. His identification of the issue spoken of in the promise as the Christ of history is not derived from a direct exegesis of the Old Testament text, but rather from an interpretation of them in the light of the Christ event.